once I started building the business, it was my plan A. And so I acted accordingly, and we got up and we got after it. And so, I'm the record holder in the US. I think there's been lots of people, 10 months and 5 days to IMD. I think there's a lot of people in Asia that have broke that record, but it's a different deal now than it was back then too. I mean, we got more lineage points available to us, and, but I say this all the time, people should be shattering my record of 10 months and 5 days to IMD with what we got going on now. I mean, my goodness gracious. So, if you're ever going to build the business and you want to do it fast, now would be a good time to get up and get after this thing.
Brilliant, brilliant. Dave, I want to ask you, if you're a senior rep in the field right now, as a rep, what would your daily schedule look like?
Are they full-time or are they part-time?
Full-time.
Hey, listen, if you're a full-time person, I mean, look, whenever I'm launching teams, it doesn't really matter what rank they're at. You have to understand that if you're going to go to the top, you got to build 3 lines of lineage. And I normally just do them one at a time. It's how my brain works. So if I'm going to start a brand new team, I'm just going to look at it like, hey, I've got to put a team of people in place so that our team can show at least 50 new people a day. Because I'm going to trust the numbers. I'm shooting to have 10 members join my team a day on any new lineage. I think that's a goal to strive for. And that's just something that I've always done is, okay, I'm going to launch a new team. And so maybe that means I got to put a team together of 50 people that are each showing 1, or maybe a team of 25 that are each showing 2. But I think if you're a full-time person, in your mind, that number's got to be at least, I've got to be involved, in building a team and putting a team together that can show at least 50. Because if you're full-time, your business is open every day. It's open 24/7, 7 days a week. And every single day, there's got to be exposures that are going on your team. And so you're looking to clone yourself. You know how to do the business by now as a senior rep. You've got to teach other people just exactly, how to do that and help them do it. And, just look, everybody that gets in, what I do is I have them make their top 50 list. And I will, to the best of my ability, show all 50 of those people myself over Zoom. And so my new person that I just got started in the business is going to watch me do it to their contacts 50 times. So by the 10th one, they know exactly what I'm going to say. They know my jokes. They know everything. But they're learning how to do the business just by watching me do it over and over and over and over again. Because by the time I go through 50, now I've got a person that can for sure do it by themselves. And so as I get new people in, I start to help this new person that my guy start to help his people, go through their first 50. For me, in my mind, this whole business hinges on cloning yourself. How many people do you want to have like yourself? So, look, we're all involved. And look, and as you're getting new teams built, I mean, it's easy to say, hey, let's show 50 a day. The practicality of that and the reality of that is a whole different story. I mean, there's many days as I'm launching new teams today that we don't show anybody, like 0 exposures on a team. There's other days where we hit the goal of we're showing 50. There's other days we got 10, 7, 15, 27, whatever the case may be. But we're looking to build a championship team that gets to the point where we're showing 50. And, and if we're just closing 20%, we're just looking at, hey, we got 10 new members joining our team daily. And if you got 10 new members joining your team daily on a new line of lineage, rock and roll. I don't care what level they're joining at. I don't care if they're joining at gold, platinum, or titanium. Things will start to change for you with that kind of volume coming through your business.
Absolutely. So you're touching a lot on duplication right there through your downline. David?
Yeah, I mean, I use the word cloning because I want a whole lot of people that are just exactly like me. Duplication, I think, is something that people it's a word that you try to get people doing things without you, but you've got to really just train other people exactly what to do, and you do it with them. I think the key to this business is you find people that raise their hand and they acknowledge that they're going for it and they prove it backed up by activity. And then you just pour into those people. You help them build their left and their right team. You get them making money so they too can do it as a full-time career. And you got to think of it like this. If you got a handful of people that are doing the business full-time on your left team and full-time on your right team, then you have to be making full-time money. So again, I try to spend more time with less people. I try to identify the people that prove to me that they really want to make it work. Then I just give them everything I got. Look, if they put their foot down, my foot's down. If they pull back, I pull back and just go work with other people. It's as simple as that.
You've got to deserve your time. David, let's talk a little bit about sales tools. You know, in World Ventures, we have many sales tools right now to support the reps in their World Ventures business. In your opinion, what is the World Ventures unique selling point right now? You know, is it our evolving product? Is it the Dream Giver card? Is it the Ignition Kit? Could you elaborate? What do you feel is our unique selling point right now?
Our unique selling point is Dream Trips, because we're the only person that has it. We're the only company that will ever have it. Because look, I've been on the President's Advisory Council, you know, just the inner circle of the who's who at corporate and top income earners around the world. And I know how hard it is to build the platform and foundation that we've built. And so our core product is that. I mean, look, I love the Dream Giver card. I think it's a great hook to look. We can use it on the back end to help close. I think it's rock and roll. I mean, I love the Ignition Kit for the fact that it can help people get through the ranks faster, you know, create more success stories, you know, more people ranking up on a daily basis. But at the heart of the center, what makes us go is what our product actually is, you know, why it's different than anything else that ever could be, you know, try to be duplicated, because it's just too hard to do. The masses of companies that launch, you know, trying to compete with us in World Ventures fail because they realize, number one, that the margins are tight in travel. And number two, it takes an awful lot of money to build the foundation around the world, you know, to legally get open in the countries that we're open in, to literally build Dream Trips. I mean, there have been so many people that have tried over the last 12 years that I've been doing this, and none have ever made it, you know. So what makes us different is Dream Trips.
Brilliant, brilliant. New rep, you show them the deal. They get so excited. They see all the rankings. They say, I'm going to rank up. I'm going to do this. Then you tell them they must go to Momentum. It's $149. All of a sudden, they take the foot off the gas. They say, oh, wait, I don't have $149. What do you say to the new person that's joined on the call right now, that's just gotten started? They want to hit the ranks. We've asked them to join us for Momentum, $149. They say, I don't have the money. What would you say to that person on the call right now?
Yeah, well, you better, if you're that broke, you better make things, you better change things. You know, look, when I was 18 years old and I decided I wanted to be a chiropractor, you know, I knew that that was 8 years of education that I was going to have to get. I was going to have to borrow the money to do it. And, you know, I went to school a long time ago. I mean, I'm 50 years old now, but, you know, I had to borrow $150,000 just to go to chiropractic school alone. Thank goodness I had a football scholarship that paid for my undergrad. But, you know, like once I got my education, paid $150,000 for that, I had to go start my business. I had to buy x-ray machines and chiropractic equipment and hire staff and build out my office and just, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars there too. It's the same thing here. You know, I mean, look, imagine me running my chiropractic office and one of my staff yells out, hey, the x-ray machine's broke again. And I'm just like, well, fix it. Call somebody. Okay. Thousands of dollars just out the window, just like that in the drop of a hat, because I had to have it fixed. I had to have an x-ray machine. What are we talking about? It's the same thing here. If you don't have $149, here's what I know. You don't have a residual income. You don't have anybody following you. You don't know how to do this yet. You have to learn the skills. You've got to get the basic foundational education on how to be a networker, you know? So these training events, I mean, they're nothing in the grand scheme of things. I mean, I live here in Las Vegas. You can go to any events from Gary Vaynerchuk to Grant Cardone to Tony Robbins to T. Harv Eker, you name it. You come out here to Las Vegas and you're spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to go to these events. I mean, dude, I have textbooks. I have textbooks in my library that cost more than $149 for one class. I mean, so look, if you don't have the money, you better get out there and make things happen. I don't care what you got to do. You know, I mean, go mow lawns, go drive Uber, go knock yourself out, make $149, because you not being there. Look, every month that you don't know how to do what I know how to do, you're not making the kind of money that I'm making. I'm not any better than you. I just got good at a skill that happens to pay an awful lot of money. So I learned the information. Then, of course, I went out there and actually did it. But it has to start with, you have to learn this information. So I would move heaven and earth and find a way to get $149. Go sell something. I mean, I had a guy on my team down in Arkansas a number of years ago. He sold the rims off of his car to join World Ventures. Go sell some clothes. Go sell a watch. Go sell shoes, whatever. Get the money, get the education so you can actually go out there and make this thing work.
Brilliant. That's a prerequisite for our success, right?
Well, it's mandatory.
So let's talk about success very quickly. So, you know, every successful entrepreneur has a mentor, or they have somebody who they learn from who's already successful in their field. So can you talk us through the importance of having having a mentor, and what does a rep actually have to do to deserve a mentor, so they deserve the mentor's time? Because I think that's quite important, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Look, in network marketing, like I'll give you an example. In chiropractic, let's go back to that. I had to pay people to mentor me. I had a chiropractic coach from the minute I graduated. And for most of these people, I would pay them just under $2,000 a month for the right to call them every once in a while, for the right to be able to pay more money to go to their trainings that they would put on. I mean, you have to pay for mentorship in the real world, whether it's chiropractic or real estate or whatever profession you're actually in. Here, if you're wanting to go for it, there are people in your upline who are worthy to be called a mentor that will teach you how to do all of this stuff for free. The problem with network marketing in our World Ventures business is this: because it's free, you don't value what it is. I mean, you got to think about these people that make more than $100,000 a month on a residual basis. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. If a human being can make $100,000 a month every month, whether they work or not, that person has got it going on. I mean, give me a break. And those people are willing to work with you and teach you how to do this business. So you better find somebody that you look up to, and like for me, I did my first network marketing company when I was in chiropractic school. The top earner in that company in the mid 1990s was earning $1 million a month. I went to every seminar that guy ever did. I used to listen to cassette tapes. Probably the most people that are watching me don't even know what a cassette tape is, but I used to listen to all his cassette tapes. I would get onto all his conference calls. If he was ever in Minneapolis, where I lived at that time, I would be the first person there. I would sit in the front row. I would just do whatever I could do because I wanted to be like that guy. So, you got to find somebody that has what you want. And then I'm just telling you, people that know how to do it, they just like helping other people that really want to do it. So go find somebody that you resonate with. Go find somebody that you like their lifestyle and who they are as a human being and all the things that they stand for. Then just hang around them and just watch them, just shadow them the best you possibly can. And, one of the things that amazes me every day is I just look at my phone. I see who I've talked to throughout the day. And I can just assure you that I talk to a lot of high-speed people, not just in World Ventures, but in my financial life with all my banking stuff that I do. And, just in every area of my life, I try to find people who are better than me in that area so that I can raise my own game. So that's what I love about this business, is that it allows you to get access to a lot of information, a lot of people that you would never get access to.
I love that. Finding people that are better than you.
Yep.
David, I follow you on social media. I see you using the product a lot. You're always on holiday with your family and you love the product, which is really cool to see. So let's talk about economics at the moment through our product. What do you foresee the new coming trends in the travel industry, let's say in the year 2020?
Well, I mean, look, travel's never going to go away. It's going to be cool in 2020. It's going to be cool in 2030. It's the biggest industry in the world for a reason, because you're selling something that people actually want. It's not a fad. I mean, like right now, I don't know what it's like over there, but here in the United States, CBD oil is the talk of the town. Everybody's selling CBD oil. Well, I have no idea what that's going to be like in 10 years. I mean, maybe they'll do some studies and say, it causes whatever disease or something. Who knows? I have no idea. But, one thing I could take to the bank is that travel is always going to be inherently what people want to do. It will always be the biggest industry in the world. So the reason why I picked World Ventures over some sort of network marketing nutrition company or something like that, which is kind of in the wheelhouse with my background in chiropractic, is it's boring. I don't want to talk about it. Travel is fun and sexy and cool, and it appeals to everybody, male, female, young, old, black, white. It's inherently a yes. It's going to be that way in 2020, and it'll be that way forever. So we are not a fad, and we are not going anywhere.
Brilliant, brilliant. I love that. David, this business, let's talk about the rep for a moment. It's not a get-rich-quick program. It's a get-rich-possible business. For a brand new rep that's got started, that's on the call right now, can you talk us through the process of delayed success and then getting set up for life through this business?
Yeah, I mean, let's go back to chiropractic. I mean, think about me. I go to school for 8 years. How much money did I make over those 8 years? $0 made from the time I'm 18 until I'm 26. I went 150,000 in the hole. Started my practice, I'm way in debt from just borrowing money to get all the equipment. It took me a long time. I built one of the largest chiropractic offices in the United States, and it took me till I was 37 years old to pay off all my debts. So let's put that into perspective. 19 years. If I was you and I'm building my World Ventures business, I would just keep doing whatever you're doing, right now to earn money and do World Ventures on a part-time basis. And I would take all the money that I make in World Ventures and I would put it back in to go to events like Momentum, so I can get the training tools that I need, so I can have enough money to fly to a different location if I need to. You're exactly right. There's no upfront money in doing what it is that we do. We do this because we want residual income. So I always say this, the money comes in year 3. I look back at my own and, again, I did it faster than anybody did it at the time. The money for me started to really flow in year 3. And so you've just got to see that it's the compounding effect of, getting people in, teaching them how to do it, teaching them how to rank up and go through the ranks. And you have to have vision. One of the biggest challenges I have with my own profession is I can put a lot of my chiropractor buddies into World Ventures. It's no problem. They'll shell out the money faster than a speeding bullet. But when it comes to building the business, because they're so used to going out there, having a new person become their patient, getting paid $3,000, $4,000 per patient right off the bat, it's very hard for them to have the vision to do something where you don't make a lot of money right off the bat. But if you're a person that does have vision and you can see it, and if you want what I have, then you just have to stay the course. I mean, look, out of the 13 people that have hit IMD on my team, there's a benchmark that I used to say all the time, and I think it's probably true to this day. It's about 1,000 days. The vast majority of these people have hit IMD in around 1,000 days from the day they signed up. So do I think it can be done faster now? Well, of course, because we have 2 lines of lineage for platinum. We have all these lineage promotions that are going on, and it's all rock and roll. But the bottom line is, if you get up and get after it, I think you can completely change your life in 3 years. But the masses of people, because they want instant gratification, they don't have the vision. I'll give you a classic example. I signed some guy up from my church here in the last month, and he showed 2 people. And after he showed 2 people, he got his feelings hurt, and I haven't heard from him since. That's the masses of people. We all know that. The masses of people can't sell. The masses of people aren't tough. The masses of people should be broke because it's pathetic. You got to be bigger than that. You got to be tougher than that. Life is not easy. Somehow people sign up into World Ventures and they somehow magically think that they've got the skills that are necessary to go out there and build a global business. And, give me a break. The reason I set all the records in World Ventures is because I sold chiropractic prior to it. People kept rejecting me all the time. That's a hard thing to sell. You're selling something that I believed in, but not necessarily everybody else did. So my skin was this thick when I started. You just couldn't hurt me. So selling something that people want, infinitely easier, and yet you have to be the kind of person that can see what would happen if you cloned yourself 3 or 4 times over the next 3 or 4 years. I mean, think about it. If I've been at World Ventures for 12 and a half years and I've got 13 IMDs on my team, what that really means is I average 1 IMD per year coming through my team. It only takes 1 a year for things to change for you, but it has to start with you becoming the one. You got to get out there and make it happen yourself. You're going to set the pace. I promise you, this is how this business works. However fast you go, the people that look at it will go, well, he's a super sharp person. That Dr. Pietsch, that guy knows everybody. That guy's got a good personality. That guy works harder than anybody I've ever known. He did it in 10 months and 5 days. I could probably do it in 3 years. Or they go, that Dr. Pietsch, that guy's a chump. I could bury him. I could do it in half the time that guy did it. They will compare what they can do to your story. So my advice would be, go out there and show them that it works fast. I've had so many people come to, I'm not going to name the name, but there's somebody on my team that is not very charismatic, they're just a slow talker, like low energy, but yet made it to national marketing director after the first year. Almost say, well, if that guy can hit NMD in 1 year, dude, I can for sure do that. So get out there, create your own story so they can talk about you for the next 10 years.
Brilliant. I'm gonna pause you right there, and I'm gonna ask my next question leading to exactly what you said. IMD in IMD in 1,000 days and doing it fast. So if we have to do that, what is your overview on your fast start training method that you're utilizing to start that new member right from the very beginning? Your fast start training, which one are you using at the moment?
Well, I've already talked about it. I mean, for me, every new person that I put in, I need your top 50. And I'm going to help you show the first 50 because I'm going to teach them how to do the business by me doing it to their contacts. So text me a picture of your top 50 and let's just start setting up Zooms. I mean, I literally just sit in this room right here in my house in Las Vegas. This is one of my guest houses in my house. So I'm not near my 3 daughters who are making all sorts of noise all the time. I just come up here and I do Zooms. I do them super fast. I'll be honest, whenever I do a Zoom presentation, what I'm looking for is the hard no. Somebody who just almost right off the bat says not interested. I want to get those people off the list as fast as I can. And anybody else, as I go through it, if there's any sort of interest whatsoever, then we just follow up and we just zero in on the questions that they may or may not have. Because look, it all depends on the person who's doing the inviting, the person who's got the contacts. It's not me. I mean, I could be Warren Buffett. It wouldn't matter. I could be Tony Robbins. It wouldn't matter. Does my person who I just got in the business have influence over his network? It's either yes or no. You know, if they say it's a pyramid scheme, that's not on me. That's on the credibility of the person that I just put in. That means that your friends think that you would get involved in something that's a pyramid, something that's illegal. They don't look at you as a sharp business person. Okay. So I never take any of those things personal, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to go through that top 50 list with them. And I'm going to teach my new person exactly how this business works. By the time I get to 10, like I said, they already know how to do it. They already know how to use Zoom. They've already got the presentation downloaded. They've already got the presentation memorized. And so if we need help, because we're putting in so many people that I literally can't do them all myself, then I've already got some sort of person that can step up and do it, let alone all the other people in the upline. Of course, we could do it in groups, but that hardly ever happens. You know, the masses of people don't get people in front of me after I put them in. So I'm looking for the ones that are willing. I'm looking for a heart that is willing to put their network in front of me fast. Are you willing to make a list of 50? If so, how fast do you want to show 50? Like I put a person in here out in Las Vegas. We went through his top 50 in a matter of like 10 days. It was rock and roll. We just blew right through. Now he knows how to do it. He's pretty much self-sufficient, you know, after 2 months. So that is my training. That has always been my training. That will always be my training because for me, it's the only way that I found that it actually works. I will teach you how to do this business by having you watch me do it to your list. That's the business.
Absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to close on my last question. You've been absolutely amazing so far. You've thrown so many nuggets at us. Thank you for that. David, I'm going to close off on a mindset question very quickly. Can you talk us through the negative influences in our business and in our lives that we need to pay attention to that has a direct impact on our business, whether it's the people we listen to, whether it's the people that we associate ourselves with, or whether it's just the programs that we're watching on TV? What do we need to pay attention to in building our network marketing business to stay in a positive environment? Can you just close off on that for us tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be very careful of all of those things, watching TV. You know, when I made my initial run, I mean, there was no time for any of that kind of stuff. You know, there wasn't social media back then when I made my initial run, but I just watched so many people who were just absolutely addicted to it. I did a talk on this at Cowboy Stadium at United a couple of years ago, you know, and it's just mind-boggling the amount of time that people spend on social media. You know, I would be very careful. One of the biggest pitfalls I see people making is they start following other people in other companies and they start to play the comparison game. And if you're the kind of person that's just like every new company that launches, you're just watching all these people go through, you're doomed. You're just absolutely doomed. I'm just here to tell you, like, I was out in San Diego this weekend with a buddy of mine who's a chiropractor, and he was getting recruited. He's in World Ventures, but he was getting recruited by some other people in other network marketing companies. You know, and they're able to call him, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, why would you even why would you even talk to anybody? Why would you even open the door? Why did these people never call me? Why does nobody ever try to recruit me? Want to know why? Because I'm not open. They know about you that you're open. They know that they think that they can get you. What do you know what that tells me about you? It tells me that you're not all in. See, you have to just understand that if you want to make this thing work, you have to, in your mind, believe that you own World Ventures. If you talk to anybody, they will, about me, they'll say, David Pietsch owns World Ventures, because I make them believe that, because I do. It's not, I have never said they did this to me. Corporate did this to me. The corporate guys, or my upline, or this team over here. I'm not a victim. I will not let any of that bull crap into my head. I will never do it. So if somebody talks bad about World Ventures, they're talking bad about my business. So I'm just telling you, so if you have some sort of challenge, then I am going to do everything I can do to make you feel better about who we are. But it's not me versus them. The minute you start doing that, you're already toast. This thing hinges on belief. You've got to believe. You've got to believe that we're a real company with a real product, and there is nowhere else to go. I literally believe that, because I do not want to sell vitamins. I do not want to sell CBD oil. I do not want to sell Forex, which is going to be here today and gone tomorrow. I promise you. See, I'm old enough to remember when they tried to do the Forex thing 25 years ago, and the government came in and cracked down on it. That day will come again. You know, I don't want to get involved in the latest cryptocurrency deal that will be gone in 6 months. I just want to have to do it one time. I want a real company with a real product, and I'm not for sale, and I'm not going anywhere. You know, and it's the minute you have that unwavering belief. Look, whenever I train around the world, and I don't train around the world as much as I used to, because I've just got different priorities now with my 3 daughters, but no matter where I train, no matter where I go, people always, you know, they'll come in line, get their picture taken with me, you know, and a lot of times somebody will just go, hey, can I ask you a quick question? And the question is always, hey, can you give me one tip? It's always the same. Okay, give me one tip. Well, I've really thought about it, and here's the one tip. The one tip would be this. I've had more people say to me over the years, Dr. Pietsch, what is it that you see in this company? Why are you so certain? Why do you believe so much in World Ventures? See, and that's the secret sauce, is my knees don't buckle when things get tough. I don't get too excited when things are going great. I'm stable. I'm a stable human being. And because I'm stable and because I'm a rock, people look to me as a leader, because I am a leader. Because I don't buckle my knees. I just lead from the front. I don't care what city I live in. I don't care what kind of meetings are going on there. I'm just going to go run my race with or without anybody. And again, I'm not for sale. I absolutely believe in what it is that we do. And my belief is so unshakable. It is so high that people are so attracted to that. They're just like, that guy knows where he's going, and I want to follow that guy. And if you can figure that thing out, because I'm just telling you, if your team's not growing as fast as you want it to, your belief is off in something. It's either you don't believe in our product, you don't believe in the company, there's some sort of disconnect in your own mind. And look, for me, it has nothing to even do with World Ventures. What I really believe in is if you partner with me, you're going to get me working for you. And you'll never outwork me. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. And if you partner with me, I'll drag your little happy little butt to the top too. You know, if you really want it, you're not going to fail due to lack of training or lack of support. You're going to fail because you just got tired and you just quit. You're just not tough enough to actually make it happen. You know, like the masses of people, you know, like I'm just sitting here thinking of the Olympics that are coming up in Japan next summer. And I'm thinking about all those athletes who are literally right now at this moment today training massively, thinking about that one moment, thinking about their competitor, how hard they're training. You know, and the price that they pay behind the scenes. You got to ask yourself, you're fighting for your own life here. This is your life. And if you want financial freedom, are you truly doing enough to win? I mean, give me a break. The masses of people, they're doing this every day. And guys like Sasha and myself and others who are doing like just 10 times more than you do every single day. You know, and it's actually easier for us because we enjoy it. It's not like something that we have to get through. This is what we've chose to do with our life. We're very passionate about it. It's how we choose to live our life. And we just get to live our life at a higher level than the masses of people because we're doing what we want to do. We're successful because we're living out what we intended to do in the first place. So of course the results are going to follow because we expect things to happen. You know, we expect it to be IMDs. This is just a normal, I mean, what we do here is just a pure numbers game. You know, look, I used to say this all the time back when there was only one lineage point for what you would now call our gold membership. That's all I ever had to sell in the beginning. I used to just say, look, I got to start a movement that causes 10,000 people to see World Ventures. And if I close 30%, there's the 3,000 members that I need to be international marketing director. Well, now, I mean, I saw Sasha post this week and I've been using it all over the place. you could literally get in and sign up 545 titanium members only, people who are not reps and members, just 545 titanium members, and you're an IMD. Think about it. Out of the 40 countries that we're open in all around the world, you're telling me that we couldn't find 545 people that want the product that we have? I mean, give me a break. Of course you could, if you really wanted to make that happen. So you got to decide, you know, are you willing to start a movement that causes enough eyeballs to see it? Because that's all it really is. You know, maybe you have to have 10,000 exposures on your team. Maybe you have to have 5,000 in IMD. I don't know what that number is going to be for you because I don't know the influence people on the team have. But all I know is just start thinking bigger, start thinking faster, and just realize that this is purely, truly just a numbers game. Just get it in front of enough people fast, with your belief being right here, as high as it possibly can be.
Wow, that's powerful. I can just sense your passion right now, and I can understand why you hit IMD in 10 months, because you knew exactly where you were going. So Dr. David Pietsch, on behalf of Team Expansion Worldwide, you know, we want to say thank you so much for giving up your time. I know that it's Thanksgiving, whether it was a few days ago or it's now. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in the new year, and we hope to see you on the stage in Africa sometime, helping change our lives here on the African continent too. Thank you so much.
Right. Thanks for having me, you guys. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great holiday season too, as well. And look, we can do this anytime. If I can add value to you guys just let me know.
Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Take care. God bless.
Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.